The eggs.
The eggs.
The eggs.
You're listening to MwaP with the Podcast, episode 143. You are listening to MwaP with the Podcast, episode 143. I am your, hey, look what I found, another book we have to read host, Corwin. And with me is he's going to kick Rob Liefeld in the eggs co-host, Scott.
The eggs.
The MwaP with the Podcast is your monthly slave view of all things Deadpool, which is published by Marvel Comics. You can file your MwaP report to us on Facebook under MwaP with a Podcast or email us at hipsterdaken, that's hipsterdaken @gmail.com, and Patch will send us your Hellhouse Fax.
Okay, we're coming out swinging right now.
Okay.
We're diving right into this.
Oh, you're not jumping into the news, are you?
No. We're going right into this Rob Liefeld bullshit nonsense.
Ugh.
This man just needs to stop. Everybody needs to realize he wasn't invited to a party. He's going on this tirade because he did not go to a party.
Mm-hmm.
This is giving off school shooter vibes at this point. He's making a list of all the people he hates because he didn't go to a fucking party. You know?
He's the sole person who created Deadpool, right?
Did you know that there's kids starving right now in the Middle East? Did you know that right now, as we're recording this, Los Angeles is under martial law? But no. You know what's important? Rob Liefeld didn't go to a fucking party.
They're under martial law now?
They might as well be. He didn't go to a fucking party. Jesus Christ. Okay, so he goes after Jordan D. White. I don't know why.
Okay, Jordan's not even doing the Deadpool books anymore.
Yeah, like, why is he going after Jordan? Because, Jordan's not a good editor. For fucking what? Okay, then he goes after Tom Brevoort. Yes, we all know Tom Brevoort's a fucking asshole. Nobody likes him. But guess what? The guy gets shit done, and the guy has a more amazing record than Rob Liefeld ever will.
Amen.
He goes after the guy at Marvel Marketing, which I know for a fact. That's the only thing I will agree with Rob Liefeld on. That yes, David Gabriel, is that his name?
I don't know.
Yeah, but he's...
What about him?
David Gabriel is not very good at his job. This is the same guy who also decided, hey, let's cut all the digital codes out of the books, but still keep...
for that brief period of time.
And let's still keep the prices at $3.99. Breaking the unwritten agreement we have with both retailers and the consumers. Yeah, I will agree with Rob Liefeld. He needs to fucking go. But other than that, like, what the fuck? Then he's like, Kevin Feige's job's on the line. For what? The guy still makes more better fucking movies than you ever did. Hey, Rob, how's your, like, 5th fucking attempt on your Angelica movie? And here's the other thing. Rob, you got 7 figures, I believe. What's $1 million? 7? Yeah. You got 7 figures on your second deal for a character that's so uninspired. I don't care. Quit your fucking bitching, man. It was a goddamn party.
But as the sole creator of Deadpool, he deserves more.
Corwin, I've been podcasting for 4 14 years at this point.
Lord, has it really been
I
that
think
long?
2011. I've been in podcaster for 14 years. I'm not invited to conventions. I don't get any fucking recognition for talking about Deadpool this long. You think I give a fucking shit? Oh,
So what you're saying is,
I wasn't invited to the Deadpool premiere. I don't get fucking codes for Deadpool books to review. I'm not fucking bitching. You know why? Because I know my place. Rob, you created the fucking character. Bravo. You came up with an idea, as you put it, that the janitor at Marvel could have came up with. Bro fucking oh. That doesn't mean you get to go to whatever this fucking high exclusive Diddy party that you think in your mind was going on.
Okay.
Jesus fucking Christ. And then when we get into Team Up, here's a spoiler. I didn't like it. and I have thoughts, but we'll get to them when we get to Team Up. But that's what I had to say about this Rob Liefeld nonsense.
Okay.
You have anything to
add? No, but every time you think that he's done, he just makes it even worse. I did send you that article.
Yeah, and then he went after Rich Johnson, which, again, Rich and I we don't get along very well, but you know what? Don't go after Rich Johnson. What the fuck did he do?
Yeah. But then he was going...
This is also the same fucking guy, we're talking about Liefeld here, who decided to throw his fellow writers and artists under the bus because he didn't deem them to be A-list. Remember the D-list whole thing?
Yep.
Hey, guess what? Jerry Duggan has a longer fucking run than you ever had on the goddamn book.
Well, you know, he went after Greg Capullo, John Romita Jr., Brett Booth. I mean, Ryan Reynolds. He just was just...
Oh, you're going after Greg Capullo, who is by far one of the best fucking artists at Image Comics during your tenure, you know, when you were over at Image.
Mm-hmm.
Brett Booth is okay.
Yeah, so when he went on his recent tirade, I was just laughing because I knew you'd get a kick out of it.
Oh God, I'm done. I am done with it. I never even there was somebody on Twitter because I was like, I just had to look at all these exchanges and it was like, why is he doing this? I was like, because he wasn't invited to a fucking party.
Mm-hmm.
Guys, I was sexually taken advantage of once. You don't hear me bitching about it for years. It was a fucking party, guys. Rob Liefeld is burning the world over a party. So I meant to talk about this last time. So when I was at Zenkaikon, I was offered acid walking on the street.
Yeah, you got to be careful who you trust to take things from. But yes, since our last episode, I know it's been a little bit. We're a little late on this episode, so let listeners know what you've been up to.
Oh, no. But I meant to tell you. I was like, oh, hey, remind me. I forgot to tell this story. So when I was at Zenkaikon and you had to go between the convention center and this other hotel for panels, just a random person on the street was like, hey, man, you want some acid? And then they took some right in front of me. So far at Zenkaikon, I have been offered ecstasy and acid. So I think meth is the next step.
Oh, really? No Molly?
Ketamine? Fentanyl? Oh, and I meant to also say I finished up the first half of the Beastars final season. That show's fucking phenomenal.
I haven't watched one episode yet, so.
All right, getting into the news nobody pays attention to. Corwin, we have 3 items to regurgitate.
Okay.
Item number 1. Ryan Reynolds is writing a treatment for Deadpool and X-Men movie.
Is that 2 separate movies or is that 1 movie?
1 movie.
Huh. I don't know how I feel about that.
Why?
If it's just like the Marvel Universe X-Men, I just kind of want them to be like the X-Men before we throw Deadpool in there.
He's writing a treatment.
Okay. I want my X-Men without Deadpool for a little bit. Let's build it. Let's universe build.
I think it's fine. I think we should get a Deadpool and X-Men movie.
Okay.
It doesn't mean anything. It just means he's writing the treatment for it.
Okay. Well, let's see. Let's see how it all goes.
Hell, he might be. He could be the brainchild behind the X-Men in the MCU.
I agree, but I do want it to be serious before we throw in the wacky and zany with Deadpool.
Oh yes, because when I think X-Men, I think seriousness, like giant robots and aliens and bird brain.
You know what I mean. Where'd you get bird brain from?
Wasn't he a New Mutants character?
He was, but yeah, you went from all these serious, interesting, big things to bird brain. I was like, okay.
Oh, yes, Corbin. But I think X-Men, I think seriousness.
I mean, like Days of Future Past, all that stuff was kind of serious stuff.
We already did that movie.
We did, but I'm just saying, like, the big things.
We should do Dark Phoenix for a third
time? No, thank you. So they could screw it up again? No, thank you.
So they're talking about how Galactus is a one universal being. Which, yes, I have quests. If Galactus only exists as one entity in all universe, then how did Galactus get eaten by Marvel zombies? Thank you.
Because the movie universe is different than the comic universe? I don't know.
But they're saying in the comic universe, Galactus is only one entity, just like American Chavez.
Or Rachel Summers, but that sounds like garbage to me. I don't know.
Wait, no, Rachel Summers is a different entity.
Nope.
Really?
Really?
Okay. And then I saw someone explain how we're going from Cloud Galactus to Galactus in First Steps.
Oh, they're actually going to try to connect the two?
Well, no, there's an easy reason, because when appears in other universes, he takes on a form of different forms.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, when he's in First Steps, he looks humanoid because that's what the humans are. When he was a fart cloud in Rise of the Silver Surfer, it was because the movie was shit. So he had to be a fart cloud to match the shit.
I don't think that's what the writers had in mind, but okay.
I think one of the writers was Simon Kinberg, who wrote Dark Phoenix twice. So what does that say?
Yeah.
Quick, to the Google machine. Let me see if that's true. Do you have anything to say about that movie, To Kill Time?
I barely remember it.
Lawrence Fishburne as the voice of Silver Surfer.
Yeah, I remember that and how he'd melt in and out of his surfboard, which was a cool effect. But other than that, I got nothing.
Brian Posehn was also in that movie.
No, I did not.
Yeah, Brian Posehn was the priest that married Sue and Reed.
Well, that's cool.
No, Simon Kinberg was not the writer on it.
Hold on one second.
So I'm not sure if Corwin is still recording right now. But for you, the listeners, so we can have a little fun fact, one of the writers of Rise of the Silver Surfer was Mark Frost, who was actually one of the co-creators of Twin Peaks. How do you go from Twin Peaks to Rise of the Silver Surfer. Let us also look at the other. Don Payne was the other screenwriter. He worked on The Simpsons. But then he also wrote, look at this. He also wrote My Super Ex-Girlfriend. Yeah, that was a that was a movie. He also co-wrote Thor and Thor: The Dark World. That says a lot. And then he did Maximum Ride. Let's go over to this movie. Let's take a trip. Maximum Ride is a 2016 American science fiction film based on the novel series of the same name by James Patterson. It adapts the first half of The Angel Experiment, the first book in the series. YouTube personality Jenna Marble serves as executive. Man, we are just going down a rabbit hole. Who's Jenna Marbles? So Jenna Marbles, also known as Jenna Nicole Morney, better known as Jenna Marbles, is an American former YouTuber. Over the span of 10 years, her YouTube channel has accumulated approximately 1.8 billion video views, at its peak over 20 million subscribers. After apologizing for a series, that's surprising, a YouTuber who has series of accusations. For a series of accusations following content in her older videos, Marbles announced her indefinite hiatus on the platform in 2020. Sorry. Corwin, have you been recording this whole time?
I have.
Okay, so you know, so the listeners and I are on a journey. We're still continuing about this guy, one of the writers' things. Okay, so guys, here is the plot of Maximum Ride. Jeb rescues Max and the other children from the school. His son Ari is left behind and presumed dead. In the present, Max is seen waking up from a dream. Upon waking up, she encounters other members of the flock. Iggy explains of running out of food, but Max wants to remain in the house. Angel is then captured by the Erasers. Looking at this cast stars Allie Marie Evans, Patrick Johnson, Leanna Way, Luke Gregory Crosby. Who the fuck are these people? This movie doesn't even say how much. This was probably straight to DVD.
Wasn't that was that R. Martin who wrote that?
James Patterson.
Oh no. Okay.
Avi Arad, who already worked on such films as Spider-Man and X-Men, would also produce alongside Stephen Paul. Reception. Frank Scheck of The Hollywood Reporter gave the film a negative review, writing, "You've seen it before and done a lot better." Anyway, guys, so Katie Walsh of Los Angeles Times criticized the film for its obvious exposition, tortured dialogue, and shoddy special effects. I have no idea what this movie is about. Back to the plot. Okay, so the flock returns to the house and finds the school's location. They decide to thank. What are these names? And Max will go to the rescue Angel while the others remain home. Ari went to the house looking for Max, but they fight him off and escape, but Ari's left alive. Max and Fang stop to eat on the rooftop in Utah, where Max hears a girl being attacked. Fang tells Max not to intervene, but Max flies down to help before being shot in the shoulder. Fang smashes the gunman through the window. The girl Ella tells him that her mother is a doctor. They rush Max to the veterinary practice, where Max is operated on. Iggy, Gazzy, and Nudge are walking
Okay.
are walking through a small town. Iggy has plans to meet up with the others at Lake Mead. Gazzy realizes Nudge is gone. They find her in a clothing store, but have no idea that Ari is watching them.
Am I cutting all this out?
No, you're keeping this in. Jesus Christ. Where can I watch this god-awful movie?
What movie are we talking about?
We're talking about Maximum Ride.
Okay. I'll put this after the credits at the end of the show.
Maximum Ride. Streaming. Oh, it's only $3.79 on Amazon Prime. I know what I'm doing tonight.
Oh Lord.
Gotta see what my boys Iggy, Cassie, and Nudge are up to. Oh my god. This is the person who wrote Rise of the Silver Surfer.
I mean, it could have been done in his younger days.
This movie is from 2016. Oh.
All right, let's get back on schedule.
All right. In other news, item number 2: Deadpool and Batman announce. So on the Marvel side, will be Deadpool Batman number 1, written by Zeb Wells and Greg Capullo, and then on the DC side
by Greg Capullo,
and then on the DC side, Batman Deadpool number 1, written by Grant Morrison and Dan Mora.
Ooh, we got some pretty awesome damn teams.
What do people have against Zeb Wells?
I don't know. I mean, dude has been pretty damn awesome.
Because all I hear is people complain about Zeb Wells' Spider-Man book.
Loved it though.
But then I feel like Spider-Man comic fans are just as bad as X-Men comic fans, that they're never happy what they're given. We want a real writer on the book, like Bendis. Okay, here's Bendis on the X-Men book. Matter of fact, he's on 2. I don't like it.
Yeah, well, X-Men fans are way harder to please, so.
I don't like it. Give me a bunch of other books. Okay, here's a bunch of other X-Men books.
But, you know.
I don't like it. Give me Hickman.
But, you know, there's so many characters and somebody doesn't get any love when you're dealing with the X-Men, and that's always the case, so.
Here's Hickman and the Krakoa. Everybody's talking about it. I don't like it. Give me something else. Here's a Hellfire Gala. Here's something else. I don't like it. Give us X-Men talking about racism. Okay, here's what we have now with the X-Men books. This book is woke. I don't like it.
Okay.
And I just found a penny in my pocket. I'm just saying, because that's just like Spider-Man fans. I hate Dan Slott. I don't like Superior Spider-Man 2 years later. Superior Spider-Man was the best Spider-Man book ever written.
Yeah.
Then they're like, here's what was that dude's name? Nick something?
Spencer.
Here's Nick Spencer. I don't like it. Oh, Nick Spencer's run was pretty good.
I mean, I was glad he fixed the whole Gwen and Norman thing, but at the end of the day, he kind of jumped ship to go with the Substack stuff. He kind of let his run fizzle out. At least I felt like it.
Did he write that whole thing, or did a ghostwriter come in?
I have no clue, but...
Because Nick Spencer's notorious for his Marvel and DC books to have an editor come in and start ghostwriting.
I don't know. But his run fell off at the end.
Which most likely meant that a editor came in.
What else you got?
I am bringing up the information right now. But Deadpool VR was announced at Summer Game Fest.
Ooh, now what do you need to play Deadpool VR?
You need a MetaQuest.
Ooh, okay, but what's the benefit of having... What is the benefit of Deadpool VR?
It's not giving me the information I'm looking for. But Deadpool VR, you get to be in, behind a mask as Deadpool himself. And Deadpool is being voiced in a very monotone by Neil Patrick Harris.
NPH. We love NPH.
But did you then see the commercial Ryan did?
No.
Oh, yeah, so... okay, it's not giving me a release date. So Ryan Reynolds, I guess, to promote the game, Ryan Reynolds then did a commercial for the game where he is literally in
Fired.
the Doogie. No, he's in the Doogie Howser house. And he's on the computer, just like on Doogie Howser, writing his diary, bad mouthing Neil Patrick Harris for taking over the role. And then the girlfriend comes in, who was on that show, who is played by Blake Lively's sister, which I did not know.
I did not know that either.
Yes. So then Blake Lively and Ryan are going back and forth. And then pretending that Ryan is Doogie Howser. And Ryan's like, maybe one day Neil Patrick Harris will hit puberty. And then they're about to kiss. And then Ryan goes, this doesn't feel right. You're my stepsister and all.
You're my stepsister-in-law.
You're my sister-in-law and all, but...
Yeah, I'll watch it after the show.
But yeah, I mean, cool. It's VR, whatever.
Yeah, I'm not interested in VR games like that, but I don't know. Maybe they'll port it over, make it... Well, I guess they can't. I don't know. I'm not going to break my neck.
Well, no, they would port it over and would then be on PSVR too.
Well, yeah, but I'm just saying I don't think I'd be willing to jump to get the VR gear to play it.
No, but I mean, yeah, they made Iron Man VR, and I heard that was pretty good.
Mm-mm.
And then there was also another different like Marvel VR game, and you could play as different Marvel characters. So like there was one where you're like Storm, and the other one where you're Deadpool, Thor, and I heard that one was pretty good as well.
I don't know, maybe,
whatever, people were dumb and they spend like $7 on these headsets. You gotta make games for them.
You said $7?
$700.
$700. Okay. Yeah, I don't think.
Well, yeah, it probably has $7 worth of tech in there.
I don't think I can. I don't know if I'm still into games that much to spend that much on a VR. I'll probably get sick anyway, motion sickness or something.
Well, see, how about you do this? How about you just watch the gameplay trailer, 2 inches away from your face, and then you can feel like you're really in the game.
My kids do that. I don't get it. They'll be playing a game, playing Roblox while watching a video on it on their phones or something. It's just, I don't know. Anyway, let's stop yelling at the moon. Get off my lawn.
So real quick, what do you think of Thunderbolts?
I liked it a lot. It's not Winter Soldier, but it's still a solid movie.
I liked it, but I don't think they should give this guy X-Men.
Nah, well, I don't know. It depends on what his plans are, what kind of ideas he has.
Well, because we keep hearing, it's like every single time a movie comes out, people are like, oh, this person's going to, direct X-Men. Remember, Sean Levy was supposed to direct X-Men. Yeah. And then people were like, hey, what's his face? Ryan Coogler's going to direct X-Men. Because, people saw Sinners, and they're just like, Ryan Coogler's a director. He should direct X-Men.
Lord.
Yeah, How to Train Your Dragon comes out next week. Somebody will say that guy or woman should direct the X-Men. That's how these fucking things work. People will see Superman and by James Gunn, and they should go, James Gunn should direct X-Men.
It's not out yet. I thought How to Train Your Dragon was out. No,
next week.
Oh, I guess you're going
this Friday.
I guess you're going opening weekend.
No. No, because I won't have off till Sunday, but my parents are going to see Ringo Starr Sunday on Father's Day.
Oh, yeah, it is Father's Day weekend.
And they want to see the film. Yeah, that's why when I sent out the email, I didn't say we should record next Sunday, because I was assuming you're probably doing something for Father's Day. Because that's the kind of host I am.
Okay.
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 And talking about things are okay, we have the books.
Yes, let's get into the books.
All right. Our ranking system is a buy is a party time fruit liquor, browse is a 0.1, a gentleman's decoy is a low
Burn
0.1,
is a
and a
bladder
burn
blood.
is a bladder blood.
There is
Okay,
no
so
decoy, gentleman's decoy anymore. We've nixed it. We kill that every show.
okay, I'm throwing this out here. For bladder blood, can we just change that to Rob Liefeld?
No, because I get a feeling we may have to pay rights or something one of these days.
Oh,
Every time we badmouth him.
oh, I'm sorry. I forgot. We also got an email.
Oh, let's go to the Hellhouse Fax.
Okay, so Mike wrote in, and he wrote basically Gundam GQUUUUUUX is the newest Gundam series written by the creator of Eva Anno. He worked on Gundam's characters Counterattack before starting Gainax, and worked on the staff he salvaged from the guy. Worked on the staff he salvaged from Gainax after it imploded due to those that didn't already leave for Trigger being assholes or on his side. Gundam GQUUUUUX is an alternate universe of the main Gundam series UC Universal Century, in which the character replaces one of the original three idiots that was going to steal Gundam RX-78. In the original series, Armo gets in and wins the war for the Federation, but in this series, the character wins for Zeon, and after a 5-year time skip, the series becomes basically G Gundam in the UC verse. During Evangelion production, Anno wanted to use the character but couldn't, but now finally gets to. Okay. You got all that?
Kind of, sort of, but I am not a Gundam fan. I am not really a mech fan unless there's kaijus involved. That's kind of my
I don't even.
thing.
We were talking. Were we talking about Gundam last week?
No, but he made a connection to Anno and Evangelion. So,
as for the Fate series, the absolute best way to start is to play the visual novel completely through. After the main FSN, the series branches into many alternate universes. Fate can follow the main game storyline, but also references many of the alternate universes' storylines. Fate also has the character whose magic lets him cross worlds. After finishing the main FSN anime trilogy, there's no real order to watch a series. Outside the series order, Prism, Ilia, and the Fate Grand Order anime are the only ongoing series after the main. Because we were talking about the Fate Stay series.
yes, which I have listed. I have some of the series listed to watch, but again, I have no clue what order to go in yet. But I think I'm still a little bit away from getting into that.
As for Magic the Gathering, the best way to learn the game is to play Magic the Gathering Arena, and the current card for Deadpool won't be in the game due to licensing issues.
What?
Hey, Corwin, have you think Mike Rogers has ever seen a vagina up close?
Yes, I'm sure he has. I mean, I'm not going to be getting no. I'm going back to the Magic stuff. I'm not going to be getting the Final Fantasy or the what was it? Still in Final Fantasy? Was it Spider-Man? No, come on.
I'd like to see with you again.
What were the things they're bringing to Magic? All right, fine.
I'm sorry, what are we talking about? I just heard Magic the Gathering and I zoned out.
I was wondering what the new expansions they did. Final Fantasy and something else, but
Ghostbusters?
Either way, not that interested. I'm not that interested in it.
4?
No, but...
And talking about things I don't care about, let's get into Deadpool by Cody Ziegler.
Deadpool number 13. So we're doing the books from what months?
April and May. Corwin, is there any other books that you magically found that we have to talk about?
I mean, I'm not going to mention Weapon X-Men, but
Wait, what?
Weapon X-Men.
Why do we have to read that?
Because it's Deadpool, Cable, Wolverine, Warpath, and Chamber. But we have Deadpool, Wolverine. That's good enough. So take it away with Deadpool number 13.
Sorry, I have to scroll back to the beginning.
Cody Ziegler writing, Roj Antonio on art, Guru EFX on colors, VC's Joe Sabinos on letters. We got Cy Pedro Beltran, assistant editor, Mark Basso, editor, and CB Sobolski, editor-in-chief, with a cover by Torrin Clark.
All right, so we start off at Death Grip's temple. A bunch of monks are running. They get sliced. Death Grip is like, I got more power. Then we get to northern Canada, and Deadpool sees Wolverine, and he's like, hey, where's the sword that can kill us? Because it kind of killed me. But I don't want my daughter to get it. My daughter's mixed in this. And Wolverine tells him, go find Solomon. So they go find Solomon in the Pleasure Dome. And they get there. They fight him. And then, meanwhile, Death Grip kills more monks. And then they use the magic sword they got from a crossover. And Solomon's like, here's the location. And they get there. And then Death Grip has a bunch of zombie monks.
I take it you didn't like the Pleasure Dome?
This is a browse. This is a 0.1. It's fine. It's fine. That's all I have to say. It has some nice quips, but I don't care about this story. Now, Deadpool Wolverine Daughters, whatever the fuck that's called, that's only a 3-issue mini, right?
I have no clue.
Yeah, because that's what I think it is. But thank God, because Deadpool 15 is the last book of this run.
Oh, it's ending at 15?
Yeah, I believe. I'm going to say yes, because the book is like $7.99.
Oh, it's not just like an anniversary issue?
Yes, the big 15th anniversary.
Well, you know they have. Hold up, what's the legacy numbering on the covers?
I don't know.
348. Yeah, we're coming up on legacy numbering 350, so that's probably why.
You have anything to add?
The art is solid. I'm still enjoying the art.
Oh, the art's fine. I'm still not crazy about how Rouge draws faces, but that's me. I mean, it's still good art. I'm just not crazy when we get close up on faces.
Okay. And then Solomon is one of the characters from the Krakoan era of the X-Men. I think he was first introduced in the whole Ten of Swords.
So, yes, I have quests.
Mm-hmm.
If he have adamantium skin, how does he sweat? Thank you.
I don't know. Like normal people? How Colossus sweats?
If skin metal and pores clogged over with adamantium, then how sweat come out? Thank you.
How does Luke Cage sweat?
Luke Cage skin just hard like steel, like super.
It's unbreakable, so I don't know. Nobody knows.
Yes, if Solomon had Pleasure Dome.
Mm-hmm.
How he feel vagina with metal adamantium penis. Thank you.
I don't know, but he will stick his thing in anything that's kind of his thing.
Yes, question.
I'm here. I'm listening.
skin metal and adamantium, and he shoots. Hell, penis not get rusted. Thank you.
I'd rather not answer. Let's move on. And it does look like issue 15 is the last issue of this run.
Does like other vibrators, does someone have to put junk in dishwasher like Winter Soldier arm? Thank you.
Stupid.
Okay, so if people don't know, I went to the National Zoo again because the pandas are back.
That's the only reason why you went?
Yeah, I love pandas. Anyway, but when I was there, I went to the gift shop to see if they had any postcards of zebras because I was going to send you a postcard of a zebra and be like, yes, it's black.
Oh, Lord.
Like but no, they didn't have any zebra postcards.
Oh, God. Speaking of Deadpool 15, it's going to have a introduction of an all-new villain, a peek into Doug and Princess's own adventure, and a new installment of the Deadpool Samurai from the creators of the hit manga.
No, you said it wrong. It's Samurai!
Oh, okay. So while Scott is getting his drink on, we are going to cover Deadpool, if I can get it to open, number 14, written by Cody Ziegler, with art by Rouge Antonio, Goro EFX on colors, VC's Joe Sabino on letters, Mark Basso, editor, Cy Pedro Beltran, assistant editor, CB Soboski, editor-in-chief, and Torrin Clark on the covers.
Did I miss anything good?
Nope, just the credits.
Can you do it again? I really like it when you do the credits.
Nope. Rewind that podcast and listen to it. So Deadpool and crew are going up against Death Grip's undead army of monks, who end up lighting themselves on fire and kind of blowing themselves up as a attack, which, you know, kind of catches Deadpool off guard. The whole team try to take down Death Grip, which doesn't quite work. Meanwhile, back at Deadpool and Daughters LLC in Montreal, we have Doug, who's trying to figure out how to teleport everybody, and Water Cooler Rat tries to help him out, and he kind of shoos him away. Do you think
Cody Ziegler listens to this show? Because they even call it Water Cooler Rat.
I don't know, but we get a call back from issue 1 as somebody stumbles in service to Death Grip, and they all try to take Doug. However, you know, Water Cooler Rat ends up helping him out, and the two of them escape. In
the greatest one panel slow motion Die Hard.
What are you talking about?
It's just one panel, but I'm just saying it's like the slow motion Die Hard, you know, like, I gotta run.
Oh. Yes, Deadpool brandishes his new weapon that cancels out healing factors and is able to attack Death Grip with it, which kind of pisses him off. Death Grip's like, all right, Death Grip's kind of surprised by this weapon, and before Deadpool can deliver the final blow, Death Grip rips open his chest, revealing his heart as well as his power. And then we see that he has, like, once again, like 8 arms, and, you know, he's finally going to die, but also take everybody with him, basically.
Okay, 2 things. One, first, as soon as you said to show his power, I just thought of that song, I got the power! It just randomly popped in my head. I don't know why. And 2, Is Princess okay? Because that seems like, for a dog bowl, it's not that big for a princess. Do you think she's on the pen?
I think that might be her snack bowl when she's not eating people.
I just like how you gloss over. I said, you think she's on the bed? This episode has issues tonight, people.
Water cooler rat doing karate kicks.
This is a party time for liquor just because of water cooler rats. Also, episode title, I got the bell. Sirens are on our end.
Oy. Yeah, so I mean, overall, what do you think?
No, I like this because it's finally wrapping up. I just don't care. This has been the most blah story of all time.
I guess there's no real stakes with Death Grip. He's just out to kill Deadpool, and he kind of succeeded previously, and then just that was the end of his arc, I guess. But yeah, he could have been, I don't know, hunting Ellie down or something more menacing. Overall, I didn't think it was bad. I thought it was cool, so it's going to get a 0.1 from me.
Is all of Florida chasing over somebody? Jesus Christ, the sirens are still going on. Is someone playing GTA?
I am near a highway, so I don't know. There might be something going on, emergency with ambulances and stuff.
No. I give it a party time for liquor just because, I mean, one, yes, because of Water Cool Wrap It. I just like that, this issue was just like, okay, let's wrap this up.
Progress.
Yes. And talking about things that are always party time fruit liquor, we have Jeff. It's Jeff!
Issues?
I'm bringing up the app. Give me a second.
45 through 90.
Well, you know how the Marvel Infinity Unlimited app is.
It's a piece of crap, like trying to get from one, like it'll show you the newest issue, but then getting to like the whole rundown of all the issues is like a pain in the ass.
That's what I'm trying to get to.
Yeah.
Jesus fucking. Thank God. I only pay for this once a year, and I always get the deal.
What deal?
Yeah, they call it like the Mandalorian bundle, so I always get it like really, really cheap. Yeah, if people ever want to buy it, the Marvel Unlimited app, get it in March.
Oh, damn it. It's too late for me now. I got to renew next year.
Yeah, wait till March, because apparently that's always when it's the cheapest.
I didn't know that. Okay.
All right. Okay, we have It's Jeff, 45, Spoonful of Everything, Part 2. So Gwen is trying to get Jeff to take the medicine, so she gets an idea. So she decides to make a cake. She puts the pills in it. Jeff's like, yeah, cake. And Jeff starts eating it, and he spits the pills out. And then he burps. Then Gwenpool just blatantly just asks him. Then she takes out the cone, and Jeff starts becoming a pill addict. And that's how the issue ends. Written by Kelly Thompson, art by Jiro Hiru, and Spoonful of Sugar, Sarah Brunston. Did you like this?
Yes, I did. The cover is great with Jeff and his huge teeth as he's trying to open his mouth.
We got this one. I love just all the Jeff actions in this. We have Jeff, 46, water babies. So Jeff is at a water park. I love the battle when he's just standing there waiting in line to get on a water slide. And everybody's looking at him, but he's just chilling. It's so cute and adorable. And he's sweating. He gets to the top. He's holding onto the rail, waiting for the lifeguard, who gets paid $7.25 an hour to tell him to go. Jeff goes down the water slide. The little girl's pointing at the tube, like, "Look, it's a shark." Jeff gets in the pool, but everybody sees the fin. Everybody, gets out of the pool. Jeff feels bad, so he goes to his locker. It's not the fish that get me. It's that he has
Sunblock.
70 FS. Fuck. I know we've seen this. This is literally just a duplicate.
Almost. Before it was like the beach. Now it's a water park.
But he puts on his dolphin outfit, and everybody loves dolphins. And then Jeff winks, and that's the end of the issue.
How can they tell it's a dolphin when he's underwater and all this sitting above the water is his dorsal fin?
Okay. Uh-oh, we got a problem here. Written by Kelly Thompson, art by Jerry Hero, and new lifeguard Michelle Marchese.
Oh.
So her Brunston moved on. Okay, we have It's Jeff, issue 47, priorities. So Jeff is walking down the street and he's trying to shake something off his leg. We get bites. And it's a lottery ticket, and Jeff gets dollar signs. So he goes to the lottery store. And I love how there's the boxes that Jeff is using to get to the counter. And the guy just shrugs.
He pets the kitty, too.
And he pets the cat. And then Jeff walks out with a bag full of money. And he goes to the fish market, buys all the fish, and eats it. The end.
I meant Jeff pets the cat.
Yes. Written by Kelly Thompson, art by Jerry Hero, and Bodega Cat Michelle Marchese.
All right, take us home.
It's Jeff, issue 48, self-care. Kate is walking Jeff, so she takes him to the pet grooming. The pet groomer's like, oh my god, it's a shark. But Jeff licks her hand, so she's like, oh, okay, I'm good. So she brushes Jeff's teeth, and then takes Jeff to a bath. But then Jeff is just swimming around, having the time of his life, and the woman's sitting there just smiling. And she shrugs as her coworker comes in, just watching Jeff. Then Kate comes back looking for Jeff, but the workers are asleep. Jeff is still, doing Jeff stuff. Kate is like, come on, we have to go. But then Kate is just sitting there. She falls asleep, and Jeff is still playing around in the bathtub. And it says, be back soon. Written by Kelly Thompson, art by Jerry Hero, and shark shampooer Michelle Marchese. Wait, all right. 48. Okay, I don't know why I put down 49 by accident.
There's a 49.
I did not read it. Okay, we're doing this live. It's Jeff, Spider-Maid. So Jeff, he is cooking. He makes a bunch of adventure cookies. Spider-Man walks by. So it's all the, what should we call this? Super
Marvel,
pets?
Yeah, the Marvel pets.
Spider-Man's over at the kitchen and just sees all the mess Jeff made while trying to cook these pet biscuits. Then we get Jeff World Tour. Oh no, we read that before.
Yeah, that's a reprint, I think.
Was this a Spider-Man thing, a reprint?
No, I don't think so.
Okay. Anyway, yeah, so we get a reprint where it's Jeff taking pictures for Instagram, but he's really just taking pictures in front of a calendar. Anyway, written by Kelly Thompson, art by Jerry Hero, and Jeff photographer Sarah Brunston. This had to be a repeat, I guess.
Yeah, it's definitely an older one. I'm trying to see what the Marvel animal book was. There's Marvel Meow, but I think that's just the cats. Anyway.
Oh, we'll save it for next issue or next episode. But I by accidentally read Mouse Pool.
Mm-hmm.
Very entertaining.
What about Dog Pool?
Didn't read it, but we can always save that for later,
okay.
Like future episodes. I'm just saying that I read Mouse Pool. I was like, because I actually clicked it. I was like, well, I'm here. Might as well read it. All right. You want to take us into our next book?
Yes, and our next book is...
Oh, all the Jeff stuff. It was Party Time Fruit Liquor. You?
Oh, most definitely.
Okay.
Deadpool kills the Marvel Universe one last time, a.k.a. Deadpool kills the Marvel Universe 3.
Okay, if we can do that, I wrote Wolvie pool, but if you want to
Oh,
if you have kills brought up, we can go right into kills.
oh no, sorry. Benjamin Percy writing, Joshua Casera on art, Guru EFX on colors, Joe Sabino on letters. Okay. Cy Pedro Beltran, assistant editor, Mark Basso, editor, Tom Brevoort, conductor of X, CB Sobolski, editor in chief.
We should mention this is Deadpool Wolverine. We just said Wolvie pool, so people know what we're talking about.
Yes, Deadpool
And two, this book is no longer a mini. Apparently, it's now ongoing.
You can never tell these damn books nowadays.
Well, it was originally supposed to be a 5-issue mini, and now it's still going.
I mean, it's Joshua Casera, so Benjamin Percy's a great damn team. All right, so Deadwood, South Dakota. Wolverine and Deadpool hold up in a saloon with Deadpool still kind of stuck to the wall and some antlers, while the legacy infected zombies are outside trying to break in. So the two of them try to throw down, and without getting infected, because this is the I don't know if it's nanites or whatever that infected Deadpool before that brought him under Strife's control. However, Strife is overexerting himself because he needs his helmet to help amplify his power.
Well, you call them legacy infected zombies, so I'm assuming this is the nanite thing is legacy virus 2.0.
2.0, right. So yeah, Strife's trying to amplify his powers. Meanwhile, Maverick is getting the drop on the ONE because he realizes that Strife is up to no good and nobody seems to believe him. Strife does finally get a hold of his helmet, and we kind of realize that he is trying to actually save the world from Armageddon. So he's actually trying to stop destruction of the environment and geopolitical decay that will basically end mankind. So he seems to be on the side of the angels here. And we get a flashback of how he was taken down by Nick Fury and S.H.I.E.L.D. when he time traveled back to the past and was weakened. So we get that story there while Deadpool and Wolverine, try to fight off these zombies. But at the end of it all, Wolverine does get infected and he accepts the mission as his word balloons change. And we realize he's under Strife's control.
Wow, Wolverine gets infected. Who would have thought of that? A guy wearing short sleeves, he could easily get bitten by a zombie.
Or blood splashed on him.
I remember this great, real quick, I remember this great TikTok. Where this girl was just talking about, just doing the cliche. You know how, when people always reveal their zombie bites, it's always on their neck?
Mm-hmm.
It's and they're hiding it. And it's like, why do people always get bit there? What are they doing? It's like, oh, look at that hot guy. Let me show him my neck. Sorry. We're talking about zombie bites. You excited for 28 years later?
I kind of am. I
know they're not zombies or just rabies, infected rage people, but still.
I don't think about it, but when it comes up, when you just mentioned, I wouldn't be interested in seeing where it goes and how and if they could tie it all together.
Well, apparently they're ignoring what happened at the end of the last movie. I was told.
Okay. I don't even remember the end of the last movie. I just remember the plot.
They go through the tunnel and then they exit out and they're in Paris. Apparently...
it skips from months to years, so I'm sure there's plenty to skip over.
Well, they're just saying that no, it never got to Paris.
Okay.
So I guess they're just ignoring the whole tunnel thing. Wait, they're just going to pretend, unless they're going to blatantly say, "Oh yes, we shot all those zombies, never infected anybody." Who knows? But at least from what I was reading online, it was like, yeah, we're just going to pretend that never happened.
Or somehow it takes over the entire world, but we'll see.
Yeah, who knows? No, I really like this. I was right about the Strife thing. You're like, oh wait, how did Strife come back? And I'm like, he's a time traveler. Does it matter? This is a Strife from a different period of time. That's usually how this shit works. That this is a Strife from one period of time who doesn't know about the other shit that the Strife does.
I don't know. From this issue, it sounds like he's just witnessed the end of the world and is just trying to change it so he can rule it.
But I'm just saying, that doesn't mean that this is a Strife that we saw in the Cable book. To join
Yeah.
Szynski. Like, I'm just saying, it's time travel. It doesn't fucking matter, okay?
Yeah.
Can I just say, I love Maverick now?
Why?
I don't know. He's just really cool in this book.
Okay.
I'd never really read anything with him in it. Let me put it that way. So he's just cool. Has he always been this cool?
I would say so, even though he's pretty fluid with what side he's on. He's kind of one of those for the highest bidder kind of mercs. But yeah, I mean, during the Corwin era, he's in and out of that Wolverine book a lot.
So when I saw the stuff about ONE, I was like, wait, are these the guys who were there for Decimation, who were controlling the Sentinels, and then maybe his next issue to get into it, and they are? And I'm like, oh, holy shit, I remember that.
Well, the department is back post Corwin era. They brought back that department, so it's not
are they
necessarily
still protecting mutants, or are they?
No, they're not protecting mutants now, but they're not even piloting Sentinels either. So it's just a government office with mutant affairs.
Oh, and when did Shield disband?
Oh, geez, I don't think they've come back since Secret Invasion. No, I don't remember the last time. They've fallen apart so many times.
I think the last time didn't Brewbreaker do something with Shield, and that's why Shield disbanded in the comics.
I don't remember.
What was that book called? It was with Nick Fury. I think it was Brewbreaker writing it. And like every issue, it had a whole entire like thing that was explaining how Hydra is connecting everything.
Secret Warriors? No, that's Jonathan Hickman. No, I have no clue what you're talking about.
Yeah, Secret Warriors. That's what it was.
Okay, that was Hickman.
Okay. Yeah, no, like it.
Yeah, artist to die for.
Can I just say that out of the two Deadpool books we have right now, this is the better one?
Yes.
And here's the thing that bothers me. Let's just say Deadpool and Wolverine Daughters, whatever the fuck that's called.
Mm-hmm.
I really hope it stays a miniseries because I don't think I could handle having two books that are Deadpool
Wolverine.
Two Deadpool Wolverine ongoing books. That's just like, that's excessive.
I mean, they're still trying to capitalize off the movie.
Well, when it only made how much money, Corwin? Over $1 billion.
I don't even remember. But...
Nothing big. Only like I think the second or third highest grossing movie of 2024. Because there was that Chinese animated film. I can't remember if that came out last year or this year. That made something like $2 billion.
What movie is that?
It's some Chinese animated film.
Doesn't ring a bell.
Okay, yeah. Anyway, so we have Deadpool Wolverine, issue 5. Benjamin Percy on writing, and then art by Joshua Cassara, and then colored by Guru FX. So we get this awesome splash page of Wolverine being controlled by the legacy virus, and we kind of get like flashes of everything. And then we get to New York City, the past, and this is just awesome. We have Deadpool, we have Spider-Man fighting Green Goblin and Carnage, Punisher just fighting guys in pig masks. Then we get the Avengers with what's going on here? So they're fighting White Vision.
Yes.
And we have Hercules, Black Widow, Captain America, Black Knight, and who are these two other women?
Cersei, who's an external, and Crystal's an Inhuman.
Oh, that's Crystal?
I believe so.
Okay, no, I thought she had. Doesn't she have red hair?
No, but I could be wrong. I'm not really head up, on top of this era of Avengers.
Anyway, so we have Deadpool. So Strife freezes these guys, and then we have Deadpool and Wolverine. They show up but with these Maverick suits. They fly in. They go to the reactor. They set some bombs of some sort. And then they fly off. Meanwhile, back at the bar, present day, Deadpool is trying to get Wolverine to snap out of it, but all the zombies, they start walking away. Deadpool's looking for Wolverine. We cut to the Badlands. Maverick's there trying to tell people, hey, you gotta listen to me. Maverick looks up. We see Strife is now flying with his skeleton dragon things. Maverick is shooting into a cave. Strife pulls a Magneto move, and he uses telekinesis to stop all the bullets. Throws Strife away.
Maverick
Throws Maverick away. Strife, just brutally murders these one agents. One guy's, he just twists her, snaps her necks by just doing an exorcist with her necks, heads facing the different direction. He looks up the information about where one is. So he gets on top of his skeleton dragon, flies away. Maverick manages... Oh no, he's just on the cliff. I thought he was on top of one of the dragons. My bad.
Oh, Maverick.
You hear me?
Yeah, I'm hearing you. I was saying Maverick.
Oh, I thought you said you're breaking up.
No.
So then we get... What's this woman's name? It's not Val Cooper, but... First off, why is she wearing an outfit like this at a government agency?
I talked about this last episode. It just didn't make sense with the loincloth or whatever it is. I mean, I like it. It's
and that poor Stanley Cop she obliterates
with her robotic arm or hand.
But still, I know what else you could grab with that robot. Yes, I have questions. If she used robotic hand on Solomon's adamantium penis,
you need a hobby.
So she talks to this death clock woman who works there, which is like, yo, can you just give her a normal eye? Why is this woman's eye so fucking big?
She's a scientist. She needs it to magnify things.
Yeah, but can't you just make a robotic eye that can just zoom in? Why is it so fucking large?
It's multi-purpose. It does plenty of different things.
Can Solomon use penis to
let's leave Solomon alone.
Giant eye hole. Then we get this cool but kind of racist panel where her whole face is a shadow but black lips.
It's not racist. It's ominous. Ominous.
Okay, well, if you're saying it's not racist, it's not racist. But anyway, so Deadpool is looking for Wolverine. He's like, hey, I know you have a height complex. Because Wolverine's doing his Batman brooding on top of the thing. Then Wolverine stands up to wait to be grabbed by the giant skeleton dragon. And then we get a final reveal that it's actually Deadpool, Strife, and I guess it's Apocalypse from the future or something.
You missed the point where he says, this body is not as strong as my original.
Well, you know the history of Strife. So is this like a Strife that's actually... Yeah, that was...
Yes,
because I believe... I know the whole Cable Strife Apocalypse thing gets kind of convoluted over time. That Apocalypse made Strife or whatever, or one Apocalypse's disciples made Strife.
No, the Ascani made Strife. Well, clone Cable, because they didn't know if the baby was going to survive. But back during the Messiah War story arc, Cable and went up against Wolverine's X-Force in the future where Strife was around. And yes, at the end of that event, Apocalypse took Strife away to take over his body. So it looks like that's this version of Strife that's Apocalypse is in his body.
Okay. Yeah, this is cool. Yeah, I give this a party time for liquor.
Yes, and the art is just oof. All right. Now we pull up to Deadpool kills the Marvel Universe one last time, aka Deadpool Kills the Marvel Universe 3. Written by Cullen Bunn with art by Dalibor Talajic, Lee Lorridge on colors, Joe Sabinos on letters, David Parator on covers, Noah Sharma, assistant editor, Darren Shan, editor, CB Cebulski, editor-in-chief. Special thanks to Jordan D. White. We pick up on Earth,
So,
where
Deadpool Kills the Marvel Universe one last time, issue 1, aka Deadpool Kills the Marvel Universe 3, issue 1. Sorry, I had to make that joke. Go on.
It's fine. We pick up on Earth, where Deadpool is sitting around in a destroyed, abandoned building where he said he's done it. He's killed everybody. He's killed all of them. Then we have the Nth Man, the ultimate ninja, show up to try to kill Deadpool, but Deadpool puts the kibosh on him. And then he is confronted by, what is her name? Alfie, or Althea, who has a job for Deadpool, and she has a cool wrist thingy that helps her jump dimensions. She brings Deadpool, this version of Deadpool, to a dimension where it looks like Deadpool Kills Deadpool happened, where there's just millions of Deadpool bodies all around.
Well, this could have been from Deadpool Kills Deadpool.
Right.
Okay. I wasn't sure if you meant that book, Deadpool Kills Deadpool, or a place where Deadpool kills Deadpool.
I meant the book.
Yeah.
Because there's billions of Deadpools laying around dead. So this Deadpool actually wants death, but she has a mission for him. And at the end of the mission, she knows a way that he can be killed. So Deadpool accepts this job, and he starts going from universe to universe. He goes to one universe where he has to kill the superior Spider-Man. And here we learn that this Spider-Man has killed Deadpool and some other heroes. Jumps to another universe where he has to fight Frankencastle, or the Frankenstein version of the Punisher. Anna Kravinoff, the daughter of Kraven and the Beast, aka Daredevil, as he's possessed by the demon. Deadpool's able to put a stop to all these people, and he seems to realize that everywhere he goes, he's just fighting worse and worse people. Then he faces the World Breaker Hulk, who has destroyed New York and killed all the heroes.
Well, you're missing one important thing happens.
Mm-hmm.
The voices come back.
Yes, so after Superior Spider-Man stabs him in the brain, the voices come back. So we have two voices in his head plus his own. But yes, he throws down with World Breaker Hulk, and his teleporting device gets damaged, and World Breaker Hulk disappears. And then Deadpool tries to use it, and he ends up what looks to be the 616, where whatever her name is, tell him that he's in the 616 and he's here to save it.
I liked it.
The art's a little rougher than I prefer, I think, but it's very realistic in a lot of ways.
I'm not crazy about the mask, how you can see his eyes.
Mm-hmm.
That's just me, but... So, I have a cool idea.
Mm-hmm.
This requires us to do Deadpool Kills Marvel Universe 4.
Okay.
But just hear me out. We should do one. There should be an event in which we get Dreadpool come back or whatever. And he's actually killing the 616 universe. It is a crossover with all the other books out there going on, and they all have to try to stop Dreadpool from destroying the 616.
Hold on. Who's Dreadpool again?
Dreadpool is the original Deadpool that kills the Marvel Universe.
That's not this one.
No, this isn't Dreadpool.
Okay.
Last time we saw Dreadpool, he is in the Marvel Universe, and he sewed himself with Evil Deadpool.
That's what I was thinking of, Evil Deadpool. Okay.
But, and you have to also remember that there's first off, there's so many Deadpools now because of Deadpool Night of the Living Deadpool. The Deadpool Infection.
I love that book. I love that book so
because you have to remember, in Deadpool Kills Deadpool, it fixed, I want to say fixed, but it did a thing where it killed all the Deadpools in the multiverse. Hence only really leaving just Deadpool left as the last Deadpool in the multiverse. But then Deadpool Night of the Living Deadpool brought back all the Deadpools because if his zombie bites Deadpool, they become Deadpool. And it was too much of a virus, but yeah. I know there's other things. It's like, isn't there only so many certain Earths? And
no, there's infinite. That's the point.
So all the infinite Earths are back now.
Okay.
Because I thought it's like it's slowly rebuilding again.
So Deadpool and Wolverine worldwide has made $1,338,073,645.
Cool.
Okay.
I mean, you just brought that fact up randomly.
I've had it sitting on the screen for a while, and I just never got a chance to actually say it. So,
but no, I get this a party time for liquor.
Oh, I agree. I enjoy this a lot.
But yeah, back to my idea. But that's what they should do. It should be an event book.
Mm-hmm.
Deadpool kills the real Marvel Universe. And maybe he starts off, he kills somebody serious. Like, I'm just because we've been seeing the character pop up. He kills Hercules, let's say.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, oh shit. And, so then it's like, in the Avengers book, they're doing something. And then in this core miniseries, Deadpool kills another big Marvel character. And he kills a bunch of like D-listers or whatever. And it goes over and over. This is just my pitch. I think they should do it.
Okay.
All right, going into, we have Deadpool kills the Marvel Universe one last time, part 2, aka Deadpool kills the Marvel Universe, part 3, issue 2, part 2.
Volume 3, part 2.
Written by Colin Bunn, art by Devil Talejic, and keys by Lee Lawfridge. So we have Deadpool, and he's fighting a Venom, and this Venom is actually a symbiote that's attached to the like 6-armed Spider-Man. Deadpool blows his brains off, and Deadpool's like,
that's the demon, the spider doppelganger. Sorry to call him.
Okay. I just see multiple arms, and I just think of like the 6-armed Spider-Man. Anyway, so Deadpool gets an idea, so he puts his hands out to get the symbiote. Then we go to Universal Black Panther, where it's Killmonger, and he, Killmonger has, taken out most of, is ruling the world, and he's taken out most of the superheroes, but then Deadpool literally pulls blackface with his black symbiotes, kills Killmonger by sneaking in. And he's like, and then he looks at the guy. He's like, well, judging by how you're not stopping me, you hated Killmonger too. And then we just get a quick thing where Deadpool, he's killing Hellcat. He's killing Vampire Union Jack.
Well, demon riddled Patsy Walker Hellcat, so she's evil.
Union Jack Vampire, and then Shadow Knight Randall Spectre. Then Black Widow Yelena. Why is this like this? Why is she a bad guy? This doesn't make sense.
They're all evil. You keep
no, yeah, but I'm just thinking like it's just a random Black Widow. There's something special. Like here we have Black Ball, Speedbolt's evil twin, Death Clock Wasp, Janet Van Dyne 2.0. So then Deadpool, he shows up in the Hydra Supreme universe where we have Captain America, but then Captain America turns into a werewolf.
You mean Captain Hydra? Captain
Hydra. Well, I mean, the rate this country's going at, it's the same thing. Turns into a werewolf. Deadpool fights it, and Deadpool's like, shit, I don't have any silver. Okay, you know what I'll do? I'll just punch him into the helicarrier engine. So Captain Hydra werewolf gets cut into a bunch of pieces, but he's still alive. So Deadpool takes the kicks him back into the Hydra thing, into the helicarrier, and then Deadpool's like, a bunch of Hydra agents. I'm going to kill them because, yeah, it's mandatory in any universe to kill Nazis. I forgot to mention also at one point when he's sneaking onto the helicarrier, he kills a Hydra agent and he's like, Bob? Sorry. Because they keep putting the fucking ads in the middle of the issue. Not the ads, the letter page thing.
Mm-hmm. It's ads.
So Deadpool, he's killing all the Hydra agents. So Deadpool now goes to a different universe. He gets his weapons drop. And he says, so be real with me. I'm killing all these bad guys because what? And we find out Alfie tells him, oh yeah, by the way, so there's this other really big bad guy just getting the best of the best called Flux Paradisia. Doxica. Is getting all the bad guys so they can go, the worst of the worst, so they can go after one universe. So Deadpool goes, okay, yeah, sure, cool. And he's about to enter into the Xavier Institute. And that's where the issue ends.
Little bit confused because what happened to the Marvel Universe that ended up in the at end of last issue? It's like
he got there by accident because Worldbreaker Hulk. Left? Yeah, Alfie just shot him back.
Okay.
So he can get back on track because she does say in that, oh, you fought Worldbreaker and he messed up your dimension hopper, let's call it.
Okay. I thought they would have had some. Well, she said he had to save that universe, so I thought there'd be more there.
Well, no. She just means you had to save this universe by getting the rest of the worst. He just ended up there by accident.
Got you. No, I like this.
Yep, part of time for liquor. Oh yeah, by the way, I saw John Wick 5 today. Ballerina.
It is not John Wick 5.
When you see it, it's kind of John Wick 5.
It's 3.4.
I'm just saying, you gotta play the role.
It happens before John Wick 4.
Yeah. Anyway, it was good. Up next, because Corwin found this book out of nowhere.
It's from May, so you know.
We have Pooluminati.
Pooluminati, I would say.
Punani? So we got Punani, issue 1. It has 2 segments. So the first segment is written by Zach Gorman, art by Todd Nook.
Yeah.
Colors by Rochelle Rosenberg. And then we got Little Daughters of Deadpool, written by Alexis Quasanaro. Sorry. Art by... Sorry, I have to zoom in. Ian Baum. Sorry. And colors by Ian Herring. So Deadpool, he slices this guy and he's like, sorry, you had to split. And then we find out that they're actually filming a sizzle reel. And then Ellie goes, okay, but who's this guy? Oh, human trafficking. So they throw a dagger, and then this Deadpool shows up and slices Deadpool and says, you have to follow me. You have been requested to join the Punanis. So they go to this universe. And Ellie says, okay, but 3 red flags and we're out of here. So they see this nice house, and Ellie's like, okay, this is red flag number 1. They go to the basement, and we see Vaughn Pool, Swimming Pool, who, I have to read this, the only Deadpool who owns and maintains his own in-ground pool.
He has the little...
if they made an action figure of this, I would buy it. He actually looks kind of cool.
He has the noodles as swords, the styrofoam noodles for swords.
Just notice that. We have Mouse Pool. We have Loop Pool, the Deadpool who speaks only in palindromes.
Nah, that's awesome.
race car. And Valley Pool. This Deadpool who like totally rad but still got like a super good score on her SATs.
And Mousepool.
Yeah, I said Mouse Pool.
Okay.
Oh, what's it? Oh, and she's gang at Chimichanga. I thought she was playing an arcade machine called Chimichanga. Anyway, so they're just saying, hey, yeah, this is kind of what we have left here, because apparently we had Brainpool here, but he decided to, go off and do his own thing, and I need you to get his facility and take him down. So they go there, and Deadpool's like, yo, look at this facility. Now this is what I want for Punani. So he tries to open up the door, but it automatically opens. He's like, oh man, you can't get any good people nowadays. And then they see a giant transformer. Well, it's a transformer. Mark Wahlberg. And Deadpool's like, see, even you had to get robots to do human jobs to greet us. And so Ellie uses a transporter for the transformer. I just wanted to make that complicated for everybody. It goes through the leg. It goes, so it kind of sinks through. It's like, my legs. They open it up and they see it's actually a Deadpool controlling this transformer inside. Then we have Dwarf Pool. I'm sorry, but this is not Samurai Pool. This is not our Samurai Pool. This is Ronin Pool and Cat Pool. Oh, we forgot to mention when they were walking in the basement, and Deadpool's like, they have cats. It totally smells like they have cats here. But then we find out that Brainpool has the Pooluminati, but there's only one L. Just like New Avengers with a Z at the end. And then who happens to show up? But we have Kid Pool, Lady Pool, and Frog Pool, and we find out that the original Deadpool that was running the Pooluminati is actually Deadpool 29, which is actually Ellie. Everybody's 2099. They all start fighting each other, and then finally, Ellie. Normal Ellie throws, what do you call these things?
Dagger. Kunai.
Okay. A dagger through Brainpool, lobotomizing him, making him dumb. Then they decide to go to swimming pool sometime later. No lemon, no melon. So Ellie and Ellie are having a conversation with each other, and Ellie's like, I have to know, does Deadpool ever become happy? It's like, well, look at him right now, he's happy. And then so Deadpool says that Ellie's like, hey, Lady Deadpool, Mousepool want to play chicken with us, and Mousepool totally can't swim, so this is gonna be fun. So then we get little daughters of Deadpool. Princess eats Ellie's homework. But then we just see they go to a theme park. Ellie gets sick.
She's trying to get Princess to throw up.
Oh, gotcha. And then tries to give Ellie some laxatives. But then Princess is like, no, I'm not going to eat that. Chocolate, not good. And then Deadpool goes, oh, hey, cool, free food. So then Princess is taking a bath, and you think Ellie's about to go psycho with the knife, and then opens it and it has a cake and says truce. And then so Ellie's at school with Taskmaster, and then it's like, oh, you want my homework? Okay. And so Princess eats Taskmaster, and then Ellie goes, oh, that's an A. And the end. This gets a 0.1.
Yeah, it's not bad at all. I expected it to be worse.
Oh, and this wasn't May. This was April, because this is just in time for April Fools.
Oh, April. Okay.
It was fine. It's not worth it. It's worth the browse, but that's about it.
But Loot Pool is kind of awesome.
You're not saying that as a palindrome. You know what I'm disappointed about him?
Mm-hmm.
He didn't look at Lady Deadpool and just go boob. That's a palindrome.
But it's like, I think it's pretty hard to keep coming up with lines for him. I mean, race car was just an easy one. But then when they started saying like radar, I was like, or Madame, I'm Adam. It's like, wow, that takes some work.
I'm just throwing this out there. There is an issue of Zatanna that does this.
Oh, okay.
Where the whole issue is talked in palindromes.
Well, that's awesome.
Because you know how she, casts her spell backwards?
By talking backwards, yeah.
Yeah, and that's the only way she can... Someone, I forget, the villain she's fighting, like, puts a spell on her, and she can't talk backwards, so the only way she can do it is by doing palindromes.
That's cool.
And then there's another one. Who is that dude that in DC? That monster that, like... You know who I'm talking... Yes.
The demon who talks in rhyme.
Yeah, there's also another issue where she has to, like, do rhymes or something. I'm just saying, there is a Zatanna issue that does kind of exactly this.
Okay.
It is time for Pastel Vision. Unfortunately, we are going back to the year 2024/2025, because apparently I think this went into like January.
Where Rob Liefeld created a book called Deadpool Team Up, written and penciled by Liefeld, inked by Liefeld and Chance Wolfe, colored by Juan Manuel Rodriguez, lettered by Joe Sabino.
And I give you 3 issues to do.
Issue opens up with Deadpool holding a golden sword, fighting a sea dragon who's some kind of queen and guarding some eggs, and then we do a flashback at Deadpool is fighting some ninjas because he went to see a masseuse and ended up being one of the leader's daughter, and he took her on a date basically to a movie and dinner in a movie. Lady Anime shows
dinner
up
at the movie or dinner at the
and
movie?
a movie. And a movie.
Okay. I thought you said dinner at the movie. I'm like, why did we see that? But go on.
Lady Anime appears for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 panels, and we never see her again. Pretty useless appearance, honestly. But she sends him to the docks where some other guys are waiting because they're all trying to get a hold of these dragon eggs. In comes this one dragon rider dude who burns up the other 2 guys, and somebody tries to help Deadpool. He's the Dragon Lord. I forgot what his name is. Rarara, something like that. But he has his own dragon, and he fights the first dragon rider that comes. And then Wolverine shows up in the battle, and Rarara got his dragon staff back from this guy, and they escape to Weird World where they run into Crystar, the Lord of Crystallium.
Can you please clip that out and put it at the end of the show too? You just going rar rar rar.
What is his name?
It doesn't matter. It's rar 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 now. Can I make that like a text ringtone? Just rar rar rar.
Actually, they don't give you his name in this first issue.
Yeah, they don't. You forgot Wolverine shows up.
I said that. Wolverine shows. I did, and then they go.
I was too busy laughing.
You were too busy cracking up. Yeah, he just comes out of nowhere.
So, you want to tell people why we're doing this?
Because we don't like ourselves. We're trying to punish ourselves. It's flagellation.
We said, we put our foot down, both of us, and we said, we're not buying this. We are not buying this book. And you said, fine. We'll wait till it comes to Marvel Unlimited. And I said, I'm good with that. You know what? Fuck it. We're going to get to the end. None of this is good, okay? We're going to go through all the issues, but none of this is good. Putting my... stop. I'm putting my foot down. We are never reading any fucking book Liefeld makes, not because of his tweets. We're done. We are done with this. He is banned from the show. We're not going to read X-Men First Contact, or if he ever fucking does that, we're not reading it. If he does a Major X, we're not reading it. If he literally makes another Deadpool Baddest Blood graphic novel, we're not reading it. We're putting our foots down. We are not reading it. We are going to go through this, and this is the end. This is the end of us covering Liefeld done books. I am done with this.
What if he makes an X-Force book?
I am done. I am done. These books are so fucking bad.
Mm-hmm.
I was messaging Corwin while reading this, and I got to issue 3, and I said, I crashed out. I'm done. There's you know what moment I'm talking about. In issue 5, I almost...
Wait till we get there.
I almost threw my phone across the room, but I realized, wait, this is my phone. I haven't done paying it off yet. So, let's go back to this. First off, since it's passive vision, it's like or dislike. This is a dislike.
Oh, definitely.
I will say I do kind of like some of the colors we get, the coloring we get when we get to Strange World. That's the only good thing I can say. And we're at Strange, what is this called? Weird World, right?
Yes, Weird World.
Which I never really knew much about, but I think it's kind of, well, first off, I was like, Weird World. Yeah, this is like, I remember hearing about this. This is like one of these really bizarre concept Marvel did. This is kind of cool. I get very sick of it by the next issue. But why? So I eat my own words saying, oh, yeah, Weird World's kind of cool. Who the fuck is Crystar? Am I supposed to know this guy?
Oh, that's an old school Marvel character, like old school. Yeah.
Is this old school, or is this like a Liefeld old school?
No,
like Liefeld drew this guy in like 1989.
No, this is old school. This is old school.
Is this a Kirby thing?
60s Marvels, maybe.
Oh. Getting back to the Liefeld tweets. Remember when Liefeld, okay? He was talking about, they didn't give him a fucking cent. Or doing, having the Hulk fight. And Marvel doesn't give the family any money to Lee Wen's family for Giant Size and all the contributions he's done. Hey, Rob, shut the fuck up. How much money do you get for doing all this stuff for the Deadpool movies? You know how lucky you are? Shut the fuck up. Give your money to that family. Shut the fuck up. I understand. Corporations be corporations, and they have fucked over many comic creators. They're getting a little bit better, but they have fucked over many comic creators. Look at Batman. We're finally giving Bill Finger credit. Because somebody finally said, this is dumb. It's been almost 100 years. How about we just say with help from Bill Finger?
Crystar first appeared in Marvel Age #1 from April 1983 cover date.
Oh, that's not old school. I don't consider something that was done 3 years before I was born old school.
You're ancient. But I thought it was older than that. I really did. But you are ancient, by the way.
Rar. Yo, can we talk about this purple dude riding the dragon? Like, what are we doing?
Can we go to the next issue so we can get out of here?
Real quick. Is this also supposed to be a continuation of all the stuff he's been doing? Because don't they mention that German doctor's name? And I'm like, wait, is this the guy that was from Batter Blood?
He's trying to tie it all together, yes.
Doctor, who we call Dr. Plot Device?
Where did Lady Anime first appear? Was she in one of the... No. What is she?
No. Wasn't that... that was a 7 Deadly Sins or something. I think it was Deadpool Deadly Sins, and we got like 7 different stories, and one of them was by Liefeld. Okay, so
let's finish this.
We have issue 2. Same fucking thing. We have this Magneto motherfucker knockoff. Yes, is his skin made out of adamantium?
No, some kind of crystal, but
Is his dick crystal?
I
Anyway,
don't care to know about his junk. Keep it
so
moving.
they start fighting him because they're like, "Oh no, he's after the eggs, the eggs." And then Rarara tries to tie this in with Baron Straxum Dr. Plot Device. And it's like, as told in Fantastic Four Annual 6, I don't care. So they team up with Crystar and Darararar, and they meet another fucking dragon. And Deadpool's like, hey, Darararar. I'm sorry, Rarararar. We need you to summon somebody. So Rarararar gets his fucking cucumber dick stick out, opens a portal, and Hulk comes. And that's all the issue ends.
His name is Ral Dorn.
No, it's Rarararar. This is a dislike. What do you give this?
This is terrible, and they just try to throw in as many splash pages as possible.
So Rob Liefeld doesn't have to draw much. Thank God he doesn't have to. Thank God he doesn't have to draw much, but let me info dump like fucking crazy. I think that's why he's doing splash pages, because we have word balloons that are paragraphs upon paragraphs. Rob, you're no fucking Chris Claremont, okay? You don't need this much fucking words.
Issue 3. Rob Liefeld, writer, art, penciler.
It's the same team. We don't need to go into...
Nope. Inked by Rob Liefeld, Chance Wolfe, Ed Tadeo, and Corey Hamschker. Colored by Juan Manuel Rodriguez, lettered by Joe Sabino. So yes, we have more people helping.
Okay, while you're going over this, see where I crashed out while reading it. Go.
Okay, so Hulk appears and Hulk is pissed and Hulk wants to fight everybody. So Crystar and Hulk throw down. Hulk smashes him and then Wolverine.
Crystar. Just go.
This is more... Hey, Crystar, whatever his name is. Yes, he throws down with Hulk. Hulk smashes him, and then we get a full double page splash of just the Hulk's face being angry, saying he's going to smash Pooh Boy and Wolverclaw into the ground. So then we get a Wolverine and Hulk throwing down, and then we get another huge splash page of Wolverine and Hulk, and another single splash page of Wolverine and Hulk. And then Deadpool shooting Hulk in the face.
Corwin, I don't know. Should we take a shot every time there's a splash page? Or should we take a shot every time the eggs are mentioned?
But Rarara gets fed up and he sends Hulk flying and teleports him back to his dimension as he makes mention. Deadpool gets They find the eggs, and Deadpool gets the Dragon Slayer sword. And then in comes Major X with Lady Deadpool, and we see somebody that looks like Cable in the shadows. This is such a random, just like, jump to this, jump to that. It's like written by a 4-year-old who's just randomly just calling crap out. And Hulk appears, and he's the strongest there is when he's angry. And he fights Crystar.
Where did I burn out? Where did I crash out? Take a guess.
It wasn't the Pool Boy and Wolverclaw, no?
Close. You're warm. You are very warm. Here.
Is it?
It is splash page number 7. It's the red splash page.
What is it? Giant Hulk and Wolverine?
Where Wolverine says, truth is, I've got 181 reasons to put you down, and I am to deliver. When you're mentioning the issue number they first thought, I went, I'm done. I'm done. This is so dumb. And you're right. This is essentially kids playing with toys.
Mm-hmm.
and then the Hulk comes.
Exactly. Just out of no damn where, just random as shit.
This is a dislike.
Completely. Go to issue 4.
Written by Rob Liefeld. No shit. Pencils by Rob Liefeld. Inks by Rob Liefeld, Chance Wolf, and Ed Tato. Colors by Juan Manuel Rodriguez. So then Major X punches Deadpool, and Deadpool punches back, and they draw swords, and they punch each other some more, and then Lady Deadpool and Wolverine, they're fighting each other, but they're also like kind of flirting, and then Lady Deadpool kicks Wolverine, and this fight is so epic because it goes on and on and on, and then Cable shows up, and he has a really big gun. See, I drew him with a big gun. and he acts like my dad. He got really mad. And the 3 eggs are there, and like when Dad said we couldn't go to McDonald's because we kept pestering each other in the car, and he says we need to work together and be nice because Dad Cable saw dragons in the future fighting each other, and it's really bad. So they go to the future, and then they don't even say this is Shatterstar, and I have no fucking idea till next issue.
No, he says, "Ahoy, General Shatterstar." Permission to join the resistance.
I probably stopped paying attention. And then Hercules shows up for no reason.
And Spider-Gwen.
And Spider-Gwen.
Ghost Spider.
And Doc Samson, and I ran out of toys, so I went into my brother's room and I got these 2 robot-looking guys. And then I was like, I want them to fight a dragon. So there's some dragons, and my big brother Corwin's going to tell me what happens next.
One of them's Major X, and wait till you get to the next issue and I can tell you about who this other guy is, because you're going to lose your shit.
This is a dislike.
All right, so
wait, is this the one? No, it's next issue. Besides, when we get that reveal, there is a line by Cable, and I'm like, wait, are we getting a big reveal? Oh no, Cable's just. I'm just ruining it. Cable refers to himself in the third person.
No. Let's just wrap this issue real quick, because for one thing, when they show Cable with his huge ass gun, look how he's holding it.
Yes, I have question. In dick measuring contest, who had biggest dick? Is it Chris Starr, Solomon, or Cable? He even says, playtime's over, girls. There's serious business to attend to. We can all measure our performance when and if we make it back.
Yes. Then we
the world's on fire, and if we hope to cool it off, my God. Do you think Rob Liefeld was high when he wrote this?
Most likely, because the very next couple pages we have a huge splash page, a trifold of Deadpool's face, or Cable's face, Deadpool's face, and Rarara's face, as they all decide that they're going to go into the future to stop whatever.
No, Rarara's face isn't there.
Yeah, he's the third one.
No, that's Major X.
No, it's not. What are you talking? After the page where they show the future dragons that have been genetically spliced.
Oh, sorry. I thought you meant because there's so many fucking. I thought you meant after that appearance, because we get Cable's face, then we get Deadpool's face, and then we get Major X's face. Oh, yeah. We should remind people: Major X is Cable's son, by the way.
With Storm, yes. Yes.
Remember when we got 2 issues in, and then I think it might have been it was before the pandemic, but we kind of took a break over the summer because that's us.
You mean there's no books being released? Pandemic.
And we came back and we just totally ignored the rest of it. We're like, no, we're done. I think after we read that review, and I was like, I said, Corwin, I stopped reading this, and I'm just going to read it on air. It's like the Atlanteans are here for some reason.
All right. Issue 5. Let's get out of here. Rob Liefeld writing and art.
I have to point this out just real quick because I'm going to read some reviews later. I love how Gwen pulls on the cover and then she only appears one more time after this cover.
All right. Juan Manuel Rodriguez on colors, Joe Sabinos. So to wrap this up, we start with a splash page and then a double splash of Deadpool and the troops, and Deadpool's leaping through the air like Spider-Man for some reason.
What is with Lady Deadpool's pose? What is with that pose?
I don't know. Her and Wolverine got well acquainted, I guess.
Oh my god! And what is with this? Like he does. This is Wolverine, and this is Lady Deadpool. This is Command X.
And all the dragon people they're fighting don't have any clothes. They're all just one color. No backgrounds. So, okay. War continues. Shatterstar's leading everybody into war. They're fighting.
Talking about clothes. What the fuck is Shatterstar
wearing? Yeah, I don't know.
Rob Liefeld is against Shatterstar being gay, but Jesus Christ, this is the gayest out ever. Not only that, this half splash page we have a Shatterstar. There's sparkles. For somebody who's against a character being gay, this is the gayest panel ever.
Forget all that. Keep scrolling to past the page where Cable's looking at the huge dragon face, and then we have Deadpool jumping down. Look how he's drawn there, and just how awkward his feet are.
We're not talking about, oh, hey, Deadpool has gold weapons. I just noticed that.
Yeah. But
he has his desert thing. Oh, here's the line I was talking about, where Cable just goes, this is a fine one you find yourself in Summers. I don't see who talks out loud and it refers to themselves in third person using their last name.
Anyway. So, yes, the war rages on. The final resistance are fighting. Deadpool gets Ghost Spider to hitch a ride with her webbing on a dragon to give Rarara a heads up to the top to finish off the leader of the enemies. But we get to see the other Major X dude who's in yellow and black takes off his helmet.
You just heard me pop my phone, didn't you?
Yes. Because he takes off his mask, and it's Rob Liefeld, who said he's been in a few battles with Deadpool.
And not only that, I'm not saying this like, oh, Rob Liefeld's a douchebag, but this is the most douchiest fucking photo he could ever draw. And why does Rob Liefeld give more fucking detail to himself than he does on anything he has ever fucking drawn in his life?
But then in the next panel, his face is completely different shaped. It's like a completely different person in the next panel. But then Deadpool's like, oh, I'm pretty sure I remember if we met, I'd remember. And he's like, oh, it has been 30 years. Yeah, so.
Well, maybe if they would have met each other at a party or something.
I don't know. Rob Liefeld literally wrote himself into the issue. Okay. So Rarara gets on the top of the dragon with the
Can I just say this is the best segment we have ever done?
But no, because the main villain is mad because his father fell in battle, and his whole family got a bad name because of Rarara. And
I should let you know I stopped reading after that Rob Liefeld panel. So I just looked at the picture. So whatever you say, you can make up anything, and I will believe you right now.
So this guy and Rarara just keep going back and forth till Rarara gets pissed and kills him with his magic stick, which suddenly transform him, Rarara, into a bearded, long-haired, older version of himself who is now and forevermore a Dragon Lord.
and now
Oh, and
he's
it gave
the
him a cape.
Dragon Lord.
Sorry. And it gave him a cape at the same time. So he got a beard, he got long hair, and a cape with this power up. And then he sends everybody, and literally the next page, he sends everybody home, and the end.
Yo, look, okay, but look at Spider-Gwen in the top corner.
Mm-hmm.
What the fuck? Did he even bother? Drawing her? I think he literally went, oh fuck, Spider-Gwen's here. Oh, I need to quickly. Oh, hey guys, you check out these hits for more high octane action. I think I won't.
I mean, X-Force Volume 1 is some classic stuff. Fabian Nicieza are writing. We got Deadpool: A Circle Chase, which is a great miniseries, which is Mark Waid and Joe Madureira. Even
and
though
now you can stop talking.
Deadpool's first appearance.
Now
but then you have
talking.
Bad Blood and Batter Blood, which is even worse.
Talking.
Okay.
Oh, we forgot to mention last issue was a dislike, and this
they're
is
all
a dislike.
dislikes. They're all dislikes. Just these Deadpool team ups are terrible, which is why we refuse to buy them, and we waited until they're on Marvel Unlimited.
For not reading, I'm not. I'm done. I am done. Not only that, we are not even going to talk about any more Twitter beefs he has. I don't care. Rob Liefeld could listen to this episode. He could talk as much shit as he wants about me. I'm never going to acknowledge this fucking man ever again. What the fuck was this?
I don't know, but yeah.
Okay.
There's a reason why we didn't cover this.
It gets even better, okay? Somebody on Goodreads, by the way, I rated this a 1 on Goodreads, shocking to anybody. I don't want to call this person out, but you can go Goodreads. This person gave it 4 stars.
4?
Can I continue?
Sorry, go ahead. I was just shocked.
I can forgive the self-inserted cameo Liefeld did for himself because it allowed the creator of Deadpool to say goodbye to a character that defined a fruitful collaboration between him and Marvel over the years. This comment has 13 likes.
And 12 of them have the last name of Liefeld.
Then I will name this person. Andy Waldron wrote, that self-insert was like if Grant Morrison had brain damage, Christ, and gave it 1 star. And talking about the other thing, Gwenpool's appearance. This is from Carly. Carly wrote, I'm not the target audience for this story. 1 star she gave it, by the way. I only picked it up because Ghost Spider was supposed to be in it. She was in it for like 3 pages. She was definitely an afterthought and employed to bring in more readers to this comic. Her suit probably changed 3 different times. That's how bad they did her. Whoever worked on the final edits of this, plus the artist, clearly didn't care to get her suit accurate. This wasn't for me, and I'm glad I borrowed this series on Hoopla instead of wasting my money on it. Even though I'm not the target audience, I don't recommend this series at all. There are way better stories out there to spend your time on. Overall, on Goodreads, it has 2.48 stars. Oh, God.
All right, we made it.
Issue 4 has 3 stars. Issue 3 has 3.57. 2 has 3.11. And then 1 has 3.26.
Somebody's fudging those numbers. Are we talking out of 20?
5 stars. Okay. Oh God. But we're in agreement. We're not doing this anymore.
No.
I mean, don't get me wrong.
I like myself.
Don't get me wrong. This was the best content we ever did. And we have done some great content in our 144 episodes. They're all pretty bad. All these episodes we have done are pretty bad. We have a few good ones. This was the best. I mean, Crystar. And the eggs. What was the purpose of the eggs again? I learned nothing about these eggs. Are they the Dragon Balls?
They were what was used in the future to genetically engineer the main villain to become a higher evolved form, and then his army was based off the DNA from the eggs or whatever.
What the fuck?
Yeah.
Okay, guys. I'm Scott. That's Corwin. You can follow us on social media. You can email us at hipsterdocking@gmail.com. You have Facebook, work for the podcast. I don't know how to end this. This has been an episode. This has been an episode. Good night, everyone.
Good night.
Chicken Hulk here with a new PSA. I Got the Power is a song by German Eurodance group Snap! Exclamation point at the end. Released as their debut single. It was released on January 3rd, 1990 by Logic Records as the lead single from their debut studio album World Power. The song reached number 1 in Greece, the Netherlands, Spain, Switzerland, United Kingdom, and Zimbabwe. That was so random. As well as the US Billboard Dance, Club Play, and Hot Rap single charts. On the Billboard Hot 100, The Power managed to reach number 2 for week 1 in 2022. Rolling Stone featured it on their list of 200 greatest dance songs of all time. Also, in 1990 is when Rob Liefeld peaked in his art skills. And now you know.
You were recording that, weren't you, player? No? What do you mean you weren't recording that?
Okay, give me 1 second. My drink's on the other side of the room. Or you can start your review and I'll just pop back in. How about that?
Oh, you don't want to hear my review? I'm offended.
Just fucking go.
I forgot what his name is, Rarara, something like that. But he has his own dragon, and he fights the first dragon rider that comes, and then Wolverine shows up. Rarara, something like that. But he has his own dragon, and he fights the first dragon rider that comes. And then Wolverine shows up in the battle, and Rarara got his dragon staff back from this guy.
Anyway, this was a show.
I'm glad we're spraying off Liefeld because those books were rough. And when he showed when that helmet came off and he was there, I wanted to throw the damn tablet across the room. Ugh.
That was the word. That was quite possibly. We're going to have to do this as a hit list of what was quite possibly the worst things we ever read on this show.
I don't know. Decoy's still pretty bad.
But Batter Blood is up there.
Oh, Bladder Blood, yeah.
There was something else that was pretty bad that I think there was something we read one time that replaced Decoy. We're like, no, this is the worst. And then Bladder Blood came along.
Rah, something like that. But he has his own dragon, and he fights the first dragon rider that comes, and then Wolverine shows up in the battle, and Rah got his dragon staff back from this guy. And they escape to Weird World where they run into Crystar, the Lord of Crystallium.
Can you please clip that out and put it at the end of the show too? You just going rah rah rah.
Raw, loud.
Bathroom break!